Okay, if you're a manager, a team lead, really anyone in a leadership role, you felt it. It's that subtle shift in the air when a team just loses its spark. Well, that feeling, that's declining morale. And in this explainer, we're going to break down not just what it is, but what you can actually do about it.
Oh yeah, we've all seen it. That look, the one where people are physically there, but mentally they've checked out. They're just going through the motions. That right there is the classic sign of low morale. And here's the thing, it's pretty easy to spot, but fixing it, that's a whole other story. So what are we really talking about when we say morale?
So at its core, employee morale is really just the overall vibe of your workplace. It's the collective attitude, how satisfied people feel, and the general outlook of your whole team. You can kind of think of it as the emotional pulse of your company. Is it strong and steady, or is it getting a little faint? Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. A good vibe? Is that really that important for the bottom line? Well, let's talk about the very real, very high cost of neglecting it. Because, let me tell you, ignoring poor morale is a luxury no business can afford.
Okay, first up, and this one's a biggie. Low morale is a retention killer. It sends your best people, your top performers, packing and heading right for the door. I mean, think about it. People just don't stick around where they feel unhappy or like their work doesn't matter. It's probably the single biggest reason for high turnover. And next, you see it in the work itself. When morale is high, it's like rocket fuel for performance. But when it plummets, so does everything else. The quality of work, that crucial attention to detail, and forget about anyone wanting to go that extra mile. That drive just vanishes.
It's not just about individual performance either. Low morale is like a poison that seeps into the very fabric of your teams. It just chips away at trust, it makes collaboration feel like a total chore, and it completely stifles all that amazing creativity you get from a team that actually clicks.
And if you look at this, you can really see the whole picture. It's never just one thing, right? It's a domino effect. See how poor communication can lead to lower well-being? And that tanks performance, which hurts productivity. And ultimately, it just drives people away. Every single one of these pieces is connected.
All right, so we've established just how much damage low morale can cause. The big question is, how do you catch it before it spirals out of control? Well, let's shift gears and talk about spotting the warning signs. Think of this next part as a diagnostic checklist for your team's health. But before we dive into the specific signs, I want you to just pause for a second and ask yourself this, honestly. How do you really know what the morale is on your team? Like right now, today?
Okay, so let's get into some major red flags. Are you seeing a lot of chronic absenteeism? Is turnover creeping up? What about an increase in conflict between team members? Or just a general cloud of negativity? If you're also seeing performance dip and maybe even revenue starting to fall, well, these are all symptoms. Do any of these sound a little too familiar? Okay, enough with the doom and gloom, right? We've diagnosed the problem, now let's talk about the cure. We are now diving into the 10 big morale boosters. This is your actionable toolkit for building a workplace where people actually want to be. All right, let's do this. 10 proven strategies that can totally turn things around.
Kicking us off at number 1, invest in professional development. And listen, this is so much more than just ticking a box for training. This is about showing your team that they have a future with you, that you're invested in them. When people see a clear path for growth, they are way more likely to stick around and pour that energy right back into the company.
Number 2 is an absolute game changer, and it's so simple. Recognize and reward your people. And no, this doesn't mean you have to hand out huge bonuses all the time. Sometimes a simple, specific, and timely thank you for a job well done or public shout-out can make a world of difference.
Because really, it all boils down to a basic human need, doesn't it? People just want to feel seen and valued for what they do. Recognition isn't some clever management trick. It's about acknowledging the real human effort that goes into the work.
Okay, the next few tips are all about communication, because it's a huge piece of the puzzle. First, you have to create a space where feedback is genuinely encouraged and, this is key, actually acted on. Second, you have to connect the dots for people. Make sure they see how their individual work fits into the bigger picture. Why does it matter? And finally, just improve your overall communication. Be clear, be transparent. These 3 things together, that's how you build a foundation of trust. Moving on to number 6, actively promoting employee well-being. And we're talking way beyond just the standard health insurance plan here. This is about truly supporting mental and physical health, creating a culture where it's actually okay to not be okay, and then providing the resources to back that up.
And right on the heels of that is supporting a real work-life balance. This isn't just about people leaving at 5 p.m. on the dot. It's about protecting people from burnout by respecting their boundaries. Discouraging those late-night emails and Slack messages so your team can actually switch off and recharge. A rested employee is a productive employee. It's that simple.
All right, to round out our top 10, let's quickly hit the last few boosters. We're talking about real team-building activities that build genuine connections, not just awkward icebreakers. Performance incentives that people actually want. Giving your team the right tools so they're not fighting a broken system every day. And all of this contributes to that big one, overall job satisfaction. Each of these is a huge topic, but they're all critical pieces of the morale puzzle.
Okay, let's zoom out and put all of this together. We've talked about the problems, we've talked about the solutions, but I really want to reframe how you think about this. Employee morale isn't some fluffy, nice-to-have perk. It is a core pillar of your business strategy.
I mean, just look at this side by side. It couldn't be more clear. On one side, you have the low morale workplace. People are disengaged, turnover is high, productivity is in the tank. And on the other side, a high morale workplace. Motivated people, loyal teams, and sky-high performance. For any leader, the choice is pretty stark, and the path you take will literally define your company's future.
Look, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. In today's market, your people are your single greatest competitive advantage. And building high morale isn't a soft skill. It is a hard-nosed business strategy that delivers tangible, bottom-line results.
So I want to leave you with one final question. Let's forget about the ping-pong tables and the free snacks for just a minute. What is one meaningful, concrete action you're going to take this week to start building a high morale culture on your team?